Are you familiar with the term cryptid? Cryptid refers to organisms that have not been confirmed to exist, although there have been sightings and hearsay reports. Vampire monsters, flying monsters, the famous Nessie. These are such romantic creatures, but unfortunately, I would like to introduce Cryptid, whose true identity has been discovered. Let's get started. Mothman is a cryptid that threatened the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia, USA, around 1966. It is about 6.5 feet long. It has no arms and large wings on its back. Without flapping his wings, he flies faster than a car. Most witnesses saw Mothman only for a brief moment, and they do not remember the details of his face, but they all agree that his eyes were glaring red and the distance between them was wide. Some testified that he made a noise similar to that of a rat or bat. It was first seen at a cemetery in Redden, West Virginia, on November 12, 1966, and again 13 months later, on December 15, 1967, near the Silver Bridge between Point Pleasant and Canoga, Ohio. He has since been seen several times outside the Point Pleasant area. Although the connection is unclear, the Silver Bridge suffered a catastrophic collapse that day, killing 46 people. The Mothman Prophecies, a film about Mothman, also resulted in the deaths of a series of people involved in the production of the film. These series of incidents have been referred to as the Mothman Curse. Mothman is believed to have misidentified a large bird of prey. Some witnesses have observed Mothman flapping his wings in flight and swooping down, a behavior seen when golden eagles and other birds of prey attack their prey. The red eyes of the Mothman are thought to be a red-eye effect caused by the reflection of bright light sources such as street lamps. The Mothman's 2-meter height can be explained by the fact that most of the sightings were at night, when it was dark, and by the fact that the witnesses' fear made them think the Mothman was larger than it actually was. In one TV program, a Mothman doll was set up on the side of a road at night and subjects in a car were asked how big they thought the doll was, and the results showed that some people felt the doll was much larger than it actually was. It was also concluded that the Mothman flying away from the bridge, photographed in 2003, might be a black garbage bag carried away by the wind. So, through a combination of human misjudgment and bad luck, the rumor mill grew and grew. The oldest record of Nessie dates back to the year 565 AD, noted in a certain biography from Ireland, where a report of Nessie's discovery was recorded. Since then, there have been numerous sightings reported. The number of sightings dramatically increased after 1933, with numerous photographs and videos of Nessie having been released to the public. Perhaps the most famous of these is the surgeon's photograph. Sightings and photographs of the species vary from moving projections that look like heads and backs on the water surface, to moving around the lakeshore in huge figures, and even to moving up on land. For this reason, some have theorized that they normally live underwater, but occasionally bring their heads and other parts of their bodies to the surface of the water. It has been suggested that Nessie may be a survivor of Plesiosaurus, a dinosaur and large aquatic reptile. Nessie is believed to be a misidentified aquatic creature, such as a sturgeon or eel. In the first place, there are too many reasons why Nessie is not believed to exist. 1. Loch Ness has a low population of fish, which Nessie feeds on. 2. The Loch Ness area was covered by glaciers until about 11,000 years ago, and Loch Ness was not formed until after those glaciers melted. Therefore, it is impossible for large reptiles such as plesiosaurs, which are believed to have become extinct about 65.5 million years ago, to have survived in Loch Ness. 3. Reptiles are lung breathers, and reptiles need a population of at least about 40 individuals to reproduce. Therefore, if Nessie is a reptile, about 40 Nessie should frequently appear on the lake surface to breathe. 4. The photos and videos that have been published so far have been analyzed by computer in the 21st century, and it has been confirmed that none of them are Nessie. In addition to these, numerous other negative views exist. In addition, all of the Nessie sightings have been reported by tourists and others who are unfamiliar with Loch Ness, and there have been very few sightings by people who know Loch Ness well. Incidentally, the surgeon's photograph introduced earlier is a fake. This photograph was taken with a model of Nessie's head floating on the surface of the lake. At first, it was intended as a joke, but it became a worldwide topic of conversation, and it seems that they could not back down. The large number of these untrue rumors also increased the misidentification of Nessie. The Chupacabra is a cryptid sighted primarily in South America. It is about 3.4 to 5.1 feet tall. Its entire body is covered with hair. It has large red eyes, fangs, and a spike-like structure on its back. They are capable of standing upright, jumping like a kangaroo, and have an amazing jumping ability of 6.7 to 16.5 feet. They attack domestic animals, including goats and humans, and suck their blood. It is said that there are 2 to 4 holes around the neck of those whose blood has been sucked. It was first seen in Puerto Rico around February 1995, and there have been sightings throughout South America, including Chile, Mexico, Argentina, and even the United States. Around 1995, many reports described the Chupacabra as bipedal and having spines on its back, but around the late 1990s, more and more reports described it as quadrupedal and canine-like, and by 2000, most of the reports were of the latter type. The Chupacabra is thought to be a misidentification of wild dogs, wolves, and coyotes. The four-legged Chupacabra, which became mainstream around 2000, closely resembles a coyote with scabies. When a coyote has mange, its hair falls out and its skin becomes wrinkled, making it look like a bizarre creature at first glance. In addition, coyotes weakened by the disease have difficulty attacking wild prey, so they tend to attack livestock instead. In fact, the majority of Chupacabra sightings that have been positively identified have turned out to be sick coyotes. The Montauk Monster is the body of a mysterious animal found on the beach at Cape Montauk in southern New York, USA, in July 2008. It is called a monster because of its seemingly bizarre shape and because it did not appear to resemble any previously known animal. It was found washed up on the beach as a corpse at Cape Montauk, which juts out from the western tip of Long Island in New York State. The head had a protrusion reminiscent of a beak, sharp teeth, no body hair, and a body shape that seemed different from that of any known animal, leading some to theorize that it was a chimera. Some said that it was a new creature genetically engineered at the Livestock Disease Center, located about 18 miles from the site, which was a military facility until 1954. Also, I don't know if the body was washed out to sea again or if someone took it away, but it disappeared somewhere. The Montauk Monster is believed to be a dead raccoon. After zoological and paleontological experts examined images of the Montauk Monster, they were of the opinion that it could be a raccoon because of the shape of its head and limbs. A protrusion that looked like a beak in the initially published image turned out to be a maxillary bone in a photo taken from a different angle, and some body hair was still present. The body has ended up looking this way due to expansion from decay and the progression of skeletonization. As for the Livestock Disease Center I mentioned earlier, it has nothing to do with the military and does not engage in any genetic engineering. Well, if it looks so far removed from a raccoon, it is no wonder that it is misidentified as cryptid. You have discovered that all of the cryptid identities presented in this video are existing animals. And human psychology was also a big part of it. But that does not mean we should assume that other cryptids do not exist. Gorillas were originally cryptids, too. If you find this video interesting, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.